Hello guys, Prowie here again. Today I have decided to do a ranking again. Ooh, who would have guessed? Prowie's doing a ranking again. Today I've decided to do a rather short one. Maybe, I don't know, depends on like how long it goes for. I've decided to do the tier list that is for the Deathrun bosses in Deathrun. Well, in TF2 Deathrun. And so, let's just start off with ancient memes. The Botiger boss on ancient memes, I have to be honest. Oh yeah, right. We're ranking them by difficulty, of course. Not gonna give my personal opinion on them. This one's just straight up easy, I'm gonna tell you. The Botiger boss is actually pretty easy. Backrooms. Now this one is a bit normal, I'd say. Simply because I really just don't like the arrow part. It's really annoying, especially if you're like multiple people on the platform. It gets rather annoying. Berlin, the new like Hitler mecha thing, really depends on your team. So I'd say it's a normal one because the attacks are pretty easy. I really don't like what Spooky Toad did with the rockets. The fact that they shoot faster and stuff like that. Really bad addition. Bog, actually pretty easy. The frog boss is actually really easy. The bootcamp boss, Hans Volter, I would put it in normal. I never really struggled with it. Yeah, normal. I really don't like the swing attacks at the end, especially if you're like multiple players and you have the crit rockets kill you because of splash damage. So, Cocainum 2, it's that one boss with the heavy, and you have like all these miniguns shooting in between the platforms while there are rockets shooting towards the middle of the platforms. It's an easy boss, really. Now, Chop Suey. The problem with Chop Suey is the RNG. So, apart from the RNG, it'd be a very hard, but the RNG is making this way too hard. Like, way too obnoxiously hard. If there was no RNG, then I would actually say it's a very hard boss, but not too hard. Danger Zone, it's a normal. The only annoying part is the dropper. Everything else about Danger Zone is actually pretty easy. The lasers and all such. The floor boss is hard. Not because... it's a normal. I'd say normal or hard. Because... Not because of like the intended thing or like the intention of it. But rather the functionality of the boss. And just how it feels so narrow to do the boss. It's just all around the place. I personally just don't like the boss, and it just feels like it's hard because it's not functioning the intended way, or because it's just such a nuisance to deal with technical wise. But other than that, it's actually pretty easy. Now, Home Sweet Home, it's that one with the engineer where you have the laser going back and forth, and then you have the platforms or like the pistons pushing forward while the platforms disappear. That's an easy one, I'd say. I don't really struggle with it at all. Now, Ice World is a map that I rarely play. But if I do, and I do pick the boss, I have to say the boss is normal. Because sometimes I get slightly confused on what I'm supposed to do. Ignite. I did this boss multiple times. Personally, the boss is too easy. Way too easy. The only annoying part about Ignite is the strafe jumps and the part before the surf. But other than that, the boss is actually pretty easy. Lazy Town. The only annoying part on Lazy Town that makes it harder is the fact that if you play on a server like Panda, or any server in regards of like b-hopping, then the part with the platforming gets really hard, because there's always going to be someone who's faster and then the platforms break and you cannot catch up with it. But apart from the b-hop, the platforming part is still ass. I really don't like the platforming part at the end. Neo Noir. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I would have put Mr. Booby in easy, but the inconsistency of the boss is just making it so boring and so much more difficult, even though it's not supposed to be. I mean, I can clear Mr. Booby like quite a lot of times. The boss is nothing, really. The boss has gotten so boring that I actually just fucking kill bind every time someone picks the boss. Like, I'd rather play Midnight City or Spinner or Countdown than Booby. The boss is really boring. Outrun is easy. Literally just platforming. It's not really a boss even. It's just survival and then just do platforming. Literally like Neo-Noir. They pretty much go in hand. Now PQ, I'd say this one is a bit harder. This one actually requires quite some skill. Personal belief, or like personal opinion. I only beat the boss once or twice, I don't remember. But I did beat it once. And that was like before it got updated multiple times. So yeah, I'd say it's a hard boss. The Scooby-Doo boss fight is... recognizing the patterns or memorizing the patterns is not hard. The only hard part about Scooby-Doo is the fact that you might get hit by those fishermen who would just one-shot you. And if they clunk up into like one single model, like if they all like get into each other with no collision whatsoever, then good luck doing that, because you hit one of the people and then all of a sudden the other one is still there and then he just kills you. So it's kind of boring. Now SCP-079 is the one on SCP run. This boss is normal. Again, the inconsistency with SCP-079 is just kind of weird. The lasers at the start are actually like a pattern that you can just memorize. There's like nothing special about it. I guess no logic case, whatever. The only annoying part is the moving platform with the boss and the lasers at the end where you have to go left and right and switch constantly. Now the supermarket boss, I'd say it's an easy boss. Easy boss, but still fun. I consider the boss somewhat fun. It does get kind of boring if people keep spamming it, but that goes for every minigame pretty much. Trump Tower has pretty much the same thing as Lazy Town, so I'll put them right next to each other, even though Lazy Town is supposed to be somewhat harder than Trump Tower. Undertale, I'm pretty sure it's about sands. It's easy. It's not a hard boss. It only gets annoying if you have like 3 people at the end and they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're just... one person is going the other way while the other person is going the other way. And then you just get yourself fucked. Wealth HQ has the Gaben boss fight, which is also on DR Wizzy if I'm aware, or if I recall. No. It's an easy boss. Nighttown, I hate the boss. I completely despise the whole act system in Nighttown. I think it's such a bad concept of indirectly forcing the player to go pick boss all the time because you have all of that act concept. Because that's my problem with Nighttown. People kept spamming it back then, like so many times. It's ridiculous. So... it's still hard. The boss is hard. Like, don't get me wrong. The difficulty, it is hard. I did beat it a couple of times. The boring part is just that people always spam it. It just completely ruined Nighttown for me, because the boss is not the only minigame in Nighttown. Go pick the Dance Dance Revolution one. That one is it's such a banger. It's my favorite minigame on Nighttown. But no, people always pick boss because they always have to go do those acts all the time. Dumb concept, really dumb concept. I did beat Cubic. It's normal. Now I would say why it's normal, because people are probably gonna say, well, what do you mean, broy? The swings at the end are so hard. Okay, first of all, I've seen multiple of those in Zombie Escape. I know that Cubic is the last part is most likely a reference to Parkour Paradise, which I don't really give a fuck about because I don't really like Zombie Escape because all of those swings. Really hate that whole Zombie Escape brain rot with all those lasers. Like, man, come on, come up with cooler attacks. TF2 was not made for fast reaction and fast movement. Like, come on, come up with something cooler. Like something more epic and intense. But the thing with Cubic is like, those swings do not insta-kill you. They do damage, but they do not insta-kill you. And so I'd say the Cubic boss is normal, it's not hard. I don't put it on the same floor as PQ. Now hear me out on this one. The Carno boss on Pirate Titan. Brother, you gotta put that in nearly impossible, you know what I mean? That shit is hard. That shit is hard. Now we have Aogako. I probably won't say too much about the boss, but I'd say that this boss is... It is hard. It is really hard. It is really, really hard. But I wouldn't say it's nearly impossible, since again, you have attacks that there are attacks that insta-kill you, but most of the attacks, they do damage. They don't insta-kill you. It's pretty generous. So I'd say that this is very hard. It's not impossible. The Evangelion, however you pronounce it. I'm not the best with English language, so this boss is on Stardust. This is a secret boss. To this day, I really don't understand this boss. I mean, I do understand it, but brother, it's such a hassle. It's such a hassle to do this boss. It's normal. Boney! You guys might remember this one on Boney Run or Champion's Destiny, whatever you want to call it. I call it the one on Boney Run because Boney Run is better. The boss is not hard. It's normal. It's pretty much your normal boss. You know, you have the rockets, after the hammer part, stuff like that, laser, this, that. It's pretty normal. Spinner. I only did this boss once, I think, or twice. I don't remember. It's kind of a messy boss. That's why I probably did not do it at all anymore. So I'll put it next to Boney. Lego. There's not much to be said about Lego. You are quite literally just shooting a brush that sometimes shoots grenade launcher pills or rockets or arrows. That's it. There's not much to it. Now, I don't know about Raiders. I did not play Raiders in a while because I personally don't like Cream Team maps, so I'll just put it there. SpongeBob. I hate the map. You probably saw me play it on the other video. I don't like this map. I feel like everyone that likes this map and plays this map 24/7 on Skyle is stuck in a time loop. Also, yeah, that's what I said in the other video. I was like, I'm pretty sure Skyle plays this map all the time. And who would have guessed? Every time I check Skyle on the browser, I always see SpongeBob or Minecraft Movie. Both of the maps where I said that those maps will get picked on Skyle. Oh, what a shocking revelation. Ooh. It's an easy boss. Now, Cyber Tower is interesting. The boss has gone through like a really big change, and I assume it's about the newer boss. So, I'd say it's a hard boss. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's pretty much in the middle. Like it's hard. It's hard. But I wouldn't put it in the next thing. Like I wouldn't put it next to Floor. Hell no. Now, Colonoscopy also has a boss. I personally never played it though, so I'll put it right next to Raiders. Ramadan. I remember playing this boss when I was playing through Ramadan on my own though, not in the video. I was playing through the map again on my own. I was checking out because I knew that there was a boss somewhere. It just reminds me of Lazy Town. Kind of boring, really. Zerg. On PlayStation, everyone knows PlayStation. I don't have to explain Zerg. It's an easy boss, and so is Berk. I really don't get why people are struggling so hard with Berk. I can understand if people are struggling with Berk when there are multiple people, but that goes for Zerg as well. Same thing. Johnny. Johnny is normal. Again, depends on like how many players there are, because sometimes some people might actually just fuck the whole thing up because they keep touching the glass and then getting the target of the boss, the aggro. It's kind of annoying to deal with, but if you got the hang of it, it's actually pretty easy. Now we come to Sonic EXE. There are two bosses in Sonic EXE. There's a normal one that you do at the end of the map, like if you go through the map all the time and do all of those acts, I guess. I don't know what to call them. That's an easy boss. I don't know what to say. And so is Apophis. Same thing, they're both really easy. And then we have the Helllands bosses. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. All of these are really, really easy. Okay. Now we come to two of the bosses that I really, really despise. I despise the shit out of these two. I am not gonna give any explanation. I'm just gonna put them where I think they belong. Then we have Maru, Nekokor, and Camellia. Those are on Neko Arc, I assume. I remember Maru. If I remember correctly, I don't remember which version of Maru it was though. So I'll put it in normal. So don't get me wrong. So is Nekokor. But Camellia is pretty hard. I'll put it on the same level as Aogaku. What the hell? Who the fuck is this? Uh-huh. I didn't expect to see Parhelion from Tears of Nowhere here, but huh. Okay. I will put him in we'll put it in we'll put it in easy. You know what I mean? That boss is just so easy, man. Come on. Not even a challenge. I'm probably gonna get shot after this video. So yeah. That was a joke, by the way. I'm not gonna get shot. I feel like Parhelion is gonna come after me. After putting him in easy though, I'm kinda scared of Parhelion. So yeah, this is it. This is the tier list. Your Deathrun bosses ranked by difficulty. And this is all my personal belief and my personal opinion, by the way. My own perspective on these bosses. Keep in mind, there are some bosses that I did, but only like once or twice and then never visited them again. For example, Cocainum 2. Raiders Colonoscopy, I didn't check out those two. But I knew that those two have bosses, I know them. Or at least Colonoscopy. I don't know about Raiders, I don't touch that map. But yeah. So as we can see, nearly impossible, Chop Suey and Carno. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put him in front. Yeah, now that looks better. Now that is a tier list right here. Holy. Alright, anyways. I think that wraps about it. Like, that's pretty much all of the bosses. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I missed a boss. Obviously, all of these bosses are the ones in public maps or public versions of maps. Of course, I'm not counting in here on Neonor, for example, the DR boss, that other thing that Bunzi made, which is kind of a stinky boss, but you know. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's the video. Please give me more ideas in the comments on what I could do Deathrun related, like videos and some shit. I really don't know what to do. I'm I'm literally scrapping the barrel right here. I don't have any ideas. I'm just rating things right now, and it seems like people are enjoying it somewhat, I guess. I don't know if it's like me ranting about something that gives that joy, but hey, as long as it's entertainment for you, and as long as it gives me views, I guess. I don't really care. I just do these whenever I'm bored and have nothing better to do, I guess. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video then. Hopefully I'll make a new video. Surely it'd be something cool. Yeah. See you guys, and hopefully you guys have a great day.